Alright, what's up guys? I'm John with Packed House, and this is
Lane from LaneVids.
And this is Block Party, and this is a little segment that we do where we like to bring in fellow content creators, kind of get to know them, let our audience get to know them, let us get to know their audience, and just kind of generally spread the wealth. So, Lane, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Lane Fournerat, aka LaneVids. My channel is all about building a stronger family bond with your kids through science, art, travel, and family fun. And we just like to have fun as a family. I've got 2 kids and my wife, and I've been doing YouTube for a long time now.
Nice. Very cool. So I guess going into this, I kind of want to get an idea of who you are as a person.
Okay.
So let's take it way back. Tell me about you, like kind of what your life has been about, like your pre-YouTube years, like
How far back you want to go?
primordial ooze.
Well, I'll go back to 1991. I got my first theater show at the Abbey Players, and I was like the comedic relief of the show.
It's my hometown.
Your hometown, yeah. So whenever the bows, at the end of the show, I'd always notice that the clap would always get louder for me. And I was like, this is kind of cool. So that kind of got me started in like performance type of stuff. And then from there, I kept doing more stuff there. In 1996, my parents got me my first camcorder, and I was just film just about anything. But it wasn't until like 2002, I believe, where my friend gave me Adobe Premiere, bootleg copy of Adobe Premiere. And I was like, oh, can you teach me how to use this? Because it's my first time hearing about editing. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, you can go get a book. So I went and got a book, and I read it cover to cover. Yeah, a book. It was 300, 400 pages long. And I read it cover to cover. And I taught myself everything I know about like creating video and content and editing and all that type of stuff. Very cool. And then he told me, that same guy, this is all in my Draw My Life video too. He told me that the future of video or film is going to be short videos online. This was back in like 2003 maybe, and I was like, okay, that's very interesting. And so I started looking for places to put online videos online, and so I found all kind of smaller sites and whatnot, and then I found YouTube, and I started my first channel there. And then I was having some copyright issues after a while, so then I rolled into my channel that I'm on now.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was a budding content creator as well, like finding, like you said, these sort of short form, homebrewed, I guess sketch comedy sites. Like I remember the one that stood out for me was a site called North Palm Wrestling, which was, I know it's so weird, but like it was pre-YouTube. They had their own URL, and like they would host all their own videos. And to me, that was like, I saw that and I was like, that's the future,
right?
There.
Exactly.
Like these guys don't have to, be beholden to, a studio or executives and things like that. So I think your friend was definitely on point.
Right.
With his prediction, I guess.
And I was finding sites. There's one called AssociatedContent.com and another one called ExpoTV.com, and they would actually pay you for the videos. So I was trying to find a way to monetize the thing that I want to do, because I just graduated from college, and I was like, all right, I got to make money now, doing a professional acting career filming thing.
So you just went into YouTube straight out of college, or was there like a career path that you were going to follow? Or
I was working at Zales slinging jewelry, and then my wife and I moved to Tulsa in 2006, December, and whenever I was in Tulsa, around 2007-ish, I found iJustine. I don't know if any of you know. Yeah. And I saw what she was doing online. I was like, oh, she's making these short little videos, putting them on these websites. She seems to be making money at it. I can do something like that. So I went for it.
Nice. So your wife was totally on board from the beginning, or was there some pushback? Or?
She didn't really get it at first. It's 2007. YouTube had been around for 2 years. Nobody was making that much money. I happened to find these other sites that actually paid me to make. They were really terrible videos. Yeah. Literally like one shot of me washing a knife, and this is how you wash a knife, And the website would pay me like $5 for that, so it was a way that I could make some kind of income. And then after a while, in 2008, I did have to get a job as a landman for an oil and gas company, and I hated that work. And I didn't hate it. I strongly like to do video better.
Strongly, we're passionate in other areas.
There you go. And so I pursued I kept continuing to pursue the YouTube career while still doing that as the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then after a while, back in 2011, I was only an independent contractor for them, so they were like, "We're done with you. Well, you mapped everything that we could map for all of our oil wells.
You've
See
mapped
you later."
the entire Earth. Good
Right. So then at that point I was like, okay, let's make this YouTube thing happen. I became a partner and all that, so I was able to get a little bit of money there.
Nice.
So yeah, just kind of a snowball of how things went that way.
Okay. So what was your first big wow, this is, I'm doing this YouTube thing, and this is the first time that I've ever felt like I can really do this as a career. Like, what was that for you?
Well, I kind of thought that it would be whenever I became a partner with YouTube, and you can have the ad split with them, but now pretty much anybody can do that now. But I had a homemade lava lamp video that went viral, if you will. And it got 7 million views or so, and yeah, I started seeing that really helped the revenue stream there, and I started learning more about like MCNs and other brands wanting to come and sponsor a video and that type of thing. So that was a really, really good time for me there, around like 2013, 2014.
Okay.
It was really going up. It's kind of leveled off since then, and I'm trying to pick it back up.
Now, are you still seeing? Does that still sort of carry you through? I guess any sort of downturns.
Oh yeah. It's those particular videos, and there's a few different videos, but that one in particular is probably the one that kind of keeps it going.
Okay.
And I have an older channel which I daily vlogged on for a long time, which had one about going to Blue Bayou, and that one did 500,000 views or so. So that one,
Very cool.
Every summer it seems like that one does really well and kind of picks it back up.
So you're at, as of the recording of this, what's your sub count?
83,366.
So as a creator with sitting at at the cusp of 100,000 subs, what would you say are your challenges now versus when you started, if they're different?
They are. Well, yeah, they are different because I've changed my style a lot. I did a lot of science and challengey type stuff, which I still do some of that. But since I've wanted to combine my channels because I don't want to have to run 2 channels anymore.
Right.
So just trying to integrate some of that content and build that audience that enjoys that type of content, which I'm doing more with family travel now. That's kind of where I'm passionate. I've realized that's where my passion is. It's just a matter of building that up to get it to where I want to be. So that's been a challenge, kind of shifting niches there. I've noticed a lot of drop off from a bunch of old subscribers, merging audiences, and which I've had to do in the past before with another channel. So I feel like I've been all over the place for the past however long I've been doing it, and I'm finally honing down into one particular thing.
Okay, which I mean, yeah, no, and I'm glad you said that because that's actually going to be my next question for you. Is you'll get a different answer from each person that you ask, but I guess what are your thoughts on diversification versus niche content?
From my experience, it seems like in the beginning, the more you niche down, the more you'll grow, and then once you've grown, you could probably diversify a little bit more after that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've kind of been all over the place, vlogging and science, and I did some travel stuff, and I've done a whole bunch of different type of content, and I'm really honed in on family and travel, throwing in a little bit of science and art with there, because bringing the kids into it and family fun. I think that kind of rounds it out there, and family is kind of the big thing, and there's 4 things underneath that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I probably could niche it down into just one particular thing. I don't know if that'd be a good idea or a bad idea or not, but I'm going with what I got right now.
Yeah, definitely.
But I've been focusing a lot more on my Instagram lately, and that is pretty much all travel. There's a couple of other pics here and there, but I'm trying to be very, very focused with that.
Okay, and we'll put a link to your Instagram page in the
you.
description so people can check it out.
Appreciate it.
So you said you're moving away from the science thing. I know you were doing molten aluminum, pouring molten aluminum on everything that you could possibly get your hands on for the longest time. What were the decisions that kind of led you to move away from, I guess, doing more exclusively science stuff, more exclusively this, the molten aluminum thing, and putting more of a focus onto family and vlogging and travel and that kind of stuff?
The reason why I moved away from the molten aluminum is because, one, it's very resource intensive, because you have to buy the coal to burn, you have to buy the lighter fluid, you have to buy the thing that you're going to burn. Two, it's super hot.
Yeah, I went to do that one episode with you.
Yeah, you remember that.
Sweat my butt off the entire time.
And I'm out there for like 8 hours doing that.
Oh, jeez.
So, and then two, I could tell that I wasn't as passionate about it as I thought that I would be.
Okay.
Like at first, I thought that it was like really cool and I was super into it. But then I was just like, the more I got into it, I was like, I just don't want to do this. I don't want to do this today, That
creative ADD?
Yeah, it was. It was creative ADD is exactly what it was. I probably have that. But I realized that I'm more passionate about family travel and just being out there in the world rather than putting stuff on fire. As much as those views, those videos are doing really well as far as views and all that type of stuff, I didn't want to do it anymore. I got tired of it.
That's understandable. I mean, you gotta, if you're pumping out content every single day or every 2 to 3 days, I mean, you gotta love it because that's your life. I mean,
exactly.
If you're doing it just for the views, then
it's not worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
So another thing that I noticed that you've been doing a lot is you've been doing a lot more live streaming lately. And you seem to be getting a lot of really positive feedback about it. What are your feelings about live streaming versus video on demand? Do you find one is better than the other, or do you find that there's room for both?
There's room for both. I think live streaming is better for connecting with the audience that you already have. And video on demand, you could use more for finding new audience. That way you can jump on trends and stuff like that.
Okay.
I like live streaming because it's, I've been doing live streaming since 2008. I've been doing it for a long time. I stopped for a while because our kids were born. It was just hard to plan a live stream. That's the hardest thing about live streaming, is nailing down a time and a day whenever you can actually, sit down and actually do it and not be interrupted. So now that the kids are older, I can do them. I do them more at night, and so it just happens to work out, even though sometimes I'm dead tired during them. But they're fun, and I think that YouTube has done a good job of implementing a new monetization feature with it, the whole super chat thing, which is super cool. So I like that. And YouTube wants it right now. Live streaming is huge pretty much on any platform these days. And so YouTube is gonna push out more of that type of content to the people who are subscribed to you. So you'll actually be able to connect with your audience there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some that may not even watch the video on demand. They just may want to see you live. I've had a girl who's been watching me for 10 years in Germany, and she randomly came to a live stream recently. So obviously YouTube pushed that out to her.
Yeah.
Because I rarely see her on the video on demand, in the comments at least. I don't know if she's watching.
Okay.
Other than other than that.
So each one is kind of like another tool in the toolbox.
Exactly.
Okay. That makes sense. So there's been a lot of negative attention about family vloggers and with the whole Daddy of Five thing. I've always been curious as to, because I don't vlog. I don't do a daily vlog. It's not something that I'm privy to or have ever done in my career. How does that affect your everyday relationships?
Whenever I was doing daily vlog, I'm not doing daily per se anymore because I batch shoot some things, but for the 6 years that I did daily vlog, it's really taxing whenever you have to stay up late at night and get that edit done so that it can be ready for the next morning. And then even before the video goes live, you're already shooting the next video,
right?
Which is very tough. I missed going to bed with my wife at night sometimes, although she's a school teacher, so she gets up ridiculously early and goes to bed super early. I'm more of a night owl, but there is that aspect of it of, I want to take time to just sit down and watch a show, but there's this vlog that has to get edited,
Yeah.
So it's definitely, which one are you gonna do?
Right.
It's tough. With the kids, it's easier for me because our vlogs were just so. This is how our day was. It wasn't like I didn't pre-plan that much. Maybe like, okay, we're gonna go to the Science Museum, coming up soon, so let's make sure that I have a camera ready for that particular day, and I know that we're gonna do that. I got stuff prepared that way. But as far as like, all right, you're gonna say this and say this right here, and it wasn't scripted or anything like that. It's not the way that I went with it. It was very much just off the cuff, on the fly type of vlogging, which I think not a lot. I think some family vloggers do. I'll say that.
That's fair.
But there is a certain amount of needing to do that for like trends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to be able to jump on those things.
So what kind of trends are you following right now in your... Is there anything that jumps out?
I'm really bad about following trends. I mean, we just did the Bean Boozled challenge, and how long ago was that?
It comes full circles. It's cool, and then it's not cool, and then it's lame, and then it's super cool again.
And then Lane brings it back, right?
And then it's ironically cool. And hopefully we're going to catch the ironically cool.
Right. No, I'm pretty bad about following. Like Pokemon Go, I should have jumped on that, didn't jump on that. I could have said something about Daddy05, didn't say anything about that yet, because that's big right now.
We'll just skip over
it doesn't matter if you want, I don't care.
I don't know, it makes me mad.
It makes me mad too. But I mean, there's the mannequin challenge, there's plenty of trends that I just didn't jump on just because I feel like it's so forced sometimes, It's like, okay, I have to do this because I know that people are gonna want to watch it on YouTube, and I'm gonna get views for it. And I'd prefer to be traveling,
Yeah.
But there's a certain aspect of it where it's like you almost have to do it just to be able to get seen.
Well, then it comes back to your point of, doing what you're passionate about, not what you feel like is important.
Right.
The whole molten aluminum thing.
Right.
Because then you get burnt out. Like if you're always trend chasing, then, why are you even doing it?
Right. Exactly.
Glossing over the Daddy05 thing, because that seems to be like the current boogeyman on YouTube. The one right before that was the YouTube ad boycott.
Okay, yeah.
Has that affected you? Have you noticed any kickback from that?
Oh yeah. I mean, just whenever $1 billion is pulled out of YouTube, that's a pretty big deal. So yeah, I've definitely felt the burn from that. Honestly, if anybody wants to run ads, now would be a good time because it's so cheap. But if you think about it from the other perspective,
The apartment building's on fire. They're going like...
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely hurt me just monetarily, It's been harder. I've relied a lot on the AdSense, although I did do some, sponsored deal, and I'm getting more sponsored deals, which are good. And I've been doing some things on Instagram as well that have been helping to keep me afloat while this boycott's going on.
That was going to be my next question, is like, what are you doing, and if this is too personal, feel free to not answer. Like, what are some things that you're doing to sort of circumvent this rut in YouTube right now?
Well, I have been trying to find more brand deals. There's plenty of websites out there that will try and hook up influencers with brands to be able to work together. And that on YouTube, and I found one on Instagram recently that's been pretty good to me, so I've been doing a lot with them to trying to boost up my Instagram a little bit more. Licensing deals are always good, there's something else. Super chats have always been good. Doing the live streaming so that super chats can be another income stream there, on top of the little bit that you're already getting from AdSense.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to put out some kind of product. I'm just not very good at that. And I need to think of something, I guess. Maybe that's just it. But I'm trying to find a way to kind of brand everything that I'm doing across all my social networks. That way I can reach out to more companies to be able to work with them. Since we're doing more travel stuff, I'm trying to reach out to more hotels to where we can go travel more and stay at a hotel for free in exchange for, a video or whatever, publicity.
So there are ways that, like, if, say another YouTube channel is watching this and they're freaking out and they're like, oh my God, all my money comes from YouTube.
No, you got to diversify in YouTube. Oh, the other thing was affiliate marketing. If you can get a Amazon affiliate link or whatever, put a link down in the description type of thing. That does really well. I shouldn't say really. It's another income stream for me, which is good. Yeah. So the more ways that you can have money coming in, the better. It's hard to rely on just one, because whenever something like a YouTube ad boycott comes along, it's gonna kill the creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So what's some advice that you wish you had gotten as a brand new content creator?
Gosh, I was on the platform so young.
Like if current Lane could go back and talk to just starting out Lane.
Pick a niche. Pick a niche and stick with it would probably be the biggest thing, because I jumped around so much, so I think it really fragmented my audience. Also, to have one channel for all the things that I do. If you're in a group or something, you may want to have a group channel and then each have your own channel or something like that. But I think, being niche and having all your stuff in one area and, know what you're going to do, probably be, and then also to diversify your streams of income. Okay. Find what you're passionate about, other than that, and do it. So.
And what would you feel is the most important lesson that you've learned as a content creator, or just as, a person who makes their living doing what we do?
Have fun with it. Like, make sure you're having fun. Like with the molten aluminum, it was fun for a while, but then I burnt out on it. No pun intended. See what you did. But yeah, have fun with it. Like, I enjoy doing interviews, so we're doing an interview. Yeah. I enjoy doing some challenge videos. I enjoy being with my family. I enjoy traveling. So those are the things that I'm going to want to do. I enjoy playing with new technology. So like you see me doing live streams and 360 videos and that type of stuff. I find it interesting. So I try to stick with it because YouTube wants it right now. That's why I'm going to supply them with that. So.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that helps.
So what's on the horizon for LaneVids?
Let's see. Hopefully we get to do some traveling this summer, which should be super fun. I'm trying to work with a hotel to at least get us up into Arkansas. Once we get to very north Arkansas, I got a place that we could stay up there. We may go into Missouri, and then if we could branch out from there and go either east or west, that could be a lot of fun. But those are not solid plans yet, so I don't know. But hopefully get some of that right, exactly. And then we did a BEAN BOOZLED challenge on my channel that these guys were a part of. So if you guys want to go check that out, that'll be up there in the 360 video, if y'all have never experienced the 360 video. What else I got? Oh, I want to go back to roll it back with whenever you're finding your thing on YouTube, you're gonna notice that something's gonna pop. And for me right now, it's videos of me tickling my kids. And so for some reason, those do better than any of the other videos on my channel. So I'm trying to put more of those, at least like once, maybe even twice a week, put some of those videos in. I'm actually going through a bunch of old videos to try and find some of those tickle kid spots. And I'm uploading those as single videos on this channel because they're doing so well. So, you want to kind of find the content that's working for you and then do some more of that if it's content that you enjoy making. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. I guess it goes to show you never know what's gonna.
Right. You never know what's good. That's why you got to put out the stuff that you like, because eventually something's gonna pop, and hopefully that thing that pops, you like what you're doing because that's what you need to do more of. And kind of with my science videos, I learned that I had this molten aluminum video that I was doing really well, millions of views, but I knew that I wasn't 100% passionate about it. And so I didn't want to become that science guy. Yeah. You can go find, Grant Thompson of King of Random or the Backyard Scientist who will feel that need for you. It wasn't for me. So I'm glad that those videos are there. They're keeping me afloat. They're doing good things for me. They're bringing in audience, but hopefully the audience that it's finding is seeing that I'm not just all about that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Very cool. So, you want to tell the nice people where they can find you?
Sure. You can find me at youtube.com/Lane. Everything's LaneVids. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. The only thing that's not is Snapchat, but I've been very inactive on Snapchat because I've been doing more with Instagram. It's not stupid. It's had its own place. But everything is LaneVids. You know.
John, you sound so old.
You're old! Get off my lawn!
If you go to my website, LaneVids.com, I think I still have it to where it's just like all my social media stuff, but I want to try and actually revamp my website soon.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, Lane, thank you for coming out, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Pleasure
having
to talk
me.
to you. Thanks for
Absolutely.
hanging out with us. He's not John Malasson. I'm John Malasson.
I'm Lane Fournerat.
And this has been another block party. So everybody give it up for Lane. For doing an awesome job.
Hey.
And go check out his stuff at LaneVids.com. And be sure to hit the subscribe button on his stuff, on our stuff. Ring his bell, ring our bell.
Oh yeah, ring the bell, that's right.
Any other
motherfucker.
And for all my people who are watching this video who have come here, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for these guys.
We
Help
love
them
you.
out. They do. They love you. They're good people. Hook it up for them right now. Ow!
You good? That's it?
Yep, I guess. You good? You good?
John, you good?
Sorry, I was listening to my wife berate me in the kitchen.
You good?
She does that.
Good.